Experience, perception, and creation. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You have within you the greatest resource that you could ever possibly imagine. That resource is your own personal experience of life. You are deriving nuggets of wisdom from every experience that you have. You are experiencing machines, and you will never stop. When you process an experience that is uniquely yours, it is moved through your very specific perception, and all of your experiences are affecting that perception. So you have a wide array of experiences to choose from when you are defining your reality. You can select which of your experiences you want to amplify and to have more of, and you can toss the others aside. Once you have an experience, you don't ever need to have it again. History is not doomed to repeat itself in your life. You are the decider. You are the one who chooses which experiences you want to activate within you, and therefore you choose your perception of reality. You choose how you filter every experience. When you are in the midst of an experience, you can easily forget that you have this power within you. You may feel like you have no choice but to interpret it through your usual perceptual lens, but you always have a choice. And you empower yourselves by making choices. You certainly empower yourselves by activating the experience that you would like to have again. Of course, the next time you have that experience, it will be different, because you will be different. So you get to build upon your experiences and create something brand new. You are not just the experiencer. You are also the creator. And when you want to create something, we suggest that you get very particular about what experience you draw from. We invite you to build upon the experiences that are life-affirming and pull more source energy through you. And once you discover that you have the ability to choose what you experience and how you experience it, you have everything that you need to create a brand new reality for yourself. Go beyond thought. In your execution of a perfectly laid out plan, you often feel a sense of satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment. From our perspective, however, when things do not go according to plan, you have many more opportunities to seize. You are only capable of seeing a certain percentage of what is available to you to perceive, so your minds are not capable of foreseeing all the different possible ways in which things can go better for you than you had originally planned. Planning can limit you, and we want to see you expand. The way towards expansion is throwing all your plans out the window and being open to accepting the magical and mysterious wonders that the universe has in store for you. Letting go of control in your plans doesn't mean you are surrendering your status as a conscious creator being. It just means that you are creating more than you can possibly understand, than you could possibly conceive of in your physical minds. When you create with energy and vibration, there is no limit to what you can achieve, to what you can see, and to what you can feel. We invite you to play a bigger game than you've ever played before. Play with all the cards in the deck, rather than just the ones you can see on the table in front of you. You don't have to be able to imagine the best possible scenario in order for you to be living in the best possible scenario. There was a time when you first learned about the power of your thought, and at that time you believed that thought was the answer. You believed that thought was everything, but thoughts can only take you so far. And once you have demonstrated to yourself that you can create with a very limited amount of thoughts you have access to, you're going to want more. And we promise you that the more you want is available to you. It only requires you to let go of the old ways and embrace the new. Embrace the energies that are settling in on planet Earth and welcome your new ability to work with these energies. Welcome your ability to create that which has never been before, and open your arms wide for all that the universe has in store for you. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes being made by any of you or by humanity as a collective. You are never making a mistake when you make a choice that doesn't work out the way you had hoped it would. You are exploring, and you will forever be exploring. And as an explorer, the outcome is not as important as what you discover along the way. So as you make a choice, you make a discovery. And if you are paying attention, you will feel the vibrational ramifications of the choice you have made. That vibration is information that you can use to steer yourself in a direction that is more to your liking. There is no real outcome because there is no finality to your experience of self. You may have chapters that you go through, periods of exploring one thing or another, but they are not the end of anything. You are accessing more energy whenever you make a choice, and for that simple reason alone, none of your choices could possibly be mistakes. It is through movement of energy that more energy gets summoned and accessed, and by making a choice and taking steps towards something, you are certainly accessing more energy. The energy that you access is you, and therefore everything leads to and results in your evolution. Everything, no matter what it is. It's not up to you to determine what the right choices are so that you may make them and stay on the right track. It is much more important for you to live your lives and have experiences than it is for you to achieve some sort of perfection. So think back to anything in your life that you would call a mistake, anything that you feel regret about, and reframe it. See it for what it really is. It's an opportunity for you to know more of who you are, to feel more energy flowing through you, and it's an opportunity for you to make a new choice. When you stop making choices for yourself, that's when you really get into trouble. When you refer to a book or a teaching or a religion to make all your choices for you, that's when you've begun to thwart that energy that's so natural, that wants to flow so freely, and that wants you to get out there and make some choices. This is a free will universe, and you get to decide what direction you move in for the purpose of exploring more of this beautiful universe, which is ultimately just you exploring you. Chapter 3. Processing your emotions and raising your vibrations. Feel proud of who you are. We are so very proud of each of you, and we want very much for you to feel pride as well. We want you to feel that pride, not because of an accomplishment, but because of the recognition of who you are. You don't need a reason to feel good about who you are. You don't need to give yourselves a performance review. You deserve to feel good about yourselves because you are there, facing tremendous challenges on planet Earth and accessing more of who you are every day. You often look at other people and compare yourselves to them, or you look at the goals for yourself, and you compare where you are in relationship to them. And these are the ways in which you determine whether you have any reason at all to feel proud of yourself. But what if you could access pride that was not egocentric or narcissistic, and definitely not conditional? What if you could access pride because you are an acknowledgement of who you are? And yes, we recognize that sometimes you forget. Sometimes you come from a very egoic, mind-oriented, and survival-based approach to life. But you have to realize that all of these mechanisms are there to give you a human experience. They don't take away from the fact that you are source energy beings. You are unconditional love. If you want to feel good about some aspect of yourself, why not choose those two instead of how you measure up to others who are making in the same field as you, instead of how much money you make, where you live, what kind of car you drive, and so on? There's so much good within you, and you can feel very good about what is inside of you. We encourage you to do so. We encourage you to look within for the feeling of who you are. Stop looking outside of yourselves or for the evidence in the physical realm. All the evidence you need is right there within you, waiting for you to feel it. And when you do, you'll have every reason imaginable to feel proud of who you are. Exploring the depths of the human collective consciousness. We have begun exploring the depths of the human collective consciousness to see how far you have gone in your collective history. We have been enjoying the process of discovering the extremes of polarized experience that you have explored as a human collective. You have all played a part in the creation of these experiences, and so you all deserve credit for the expansion that has occurred as a result. You knew that you needed to go to extremes in order to create something magnificent. You knew that you needed the energy that is generated from going to the depths, and you did. And now here you are, ready to make the biggest leap forward in human history. The biggest leap possible, and yes, you are seeing some of the depths of your consciousness as a collective for one last examination. Fear is a very creative and destructive force in this universe. You get very creative when you are in fear. And when you act from fear, you can do a lot of damage. But without that fear, you would not have access to love. You can take all these experiences in every aspect of the human collective consciousness to the fifth dimension, but you will never experience them in quite the same way. You will have a greater sense of who you really are as a source energy being, and therefore nothing will faze you in the way that it did when you were third-dimensional beings, going to these depths and these extremes of polarity. So you literally will have nothing to be afraid of as a fifth-dimensional being, but you will still recall what it was like to be able to face something so incredibly terrifying and walk away from it stronger as a result. You are going to miss that about the third dimension, as much as you are excited about leaving it all behind. All that you are really leaving behind is the myth that you are anything but full-fledged source energy beings. And no matter how far you go into the depths, that spark of divinity was always with you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.